All right, guys. Today's subject is the Mexican Fireleg, who we set up this great little Exoterra. Or no, this is a Zilla. Sorry, not Exoterra. So we set up this great little Exoterra enclosure for it, and it's about a little under 2 inches, I would say. But as you can see, it's dug out all the material from the hide, and we're actually running into some problems here because it's dug it out all the way to the back, and you can see her just hanging out back there. Beautiful, beautiful little spider. So we're going to have to build up a new enclosure because it's obvious this one kind of wants to feel safe. It wants to dig out and tunnel, and we want to make sure we're giving her the proper ability to do that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make her a new house that, instead of this kind of like flat terrestrial box that we have going on, kind of like the curly hair is in next door, just a bigger version of it, we are going to give her more of a cube style. So what we'll probably end up doing is getting a more of like an arboreal type setup for her, one where the lid opens on the top though, not on the front like this one does, so that we can give her more substrate so that she can dig down. So that's what we're doing today. Even though I made this beautiful enclosure for it, she is destroying it. So we're going to make a new one for her today, and then we're going to have to rehouse her, so stay tuned for that. If you don't know, Mexican Firelegs have extremely, extremely not nice spicy butt whiskers, otherwise known as urticating hairs, but here we just call them spicy butt whiskers, and she has some not very nice ones. So stick around, see how it goes. So here we go. Right now, let's go build an enclosure. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to start our rehousing. First, we got to get her out of there. We're going to get rid of all this stuff she has built up at the front of her hide that she's dug out from underneath of it. And she's probably going to kick some urticating hairs at us, hashtag spicy butt whiskers, because that's what Mexican Firelegs do. They have an extremely not nice version of it. So when she does it, you'll actually see just right there, she actually kicks her back legs across her abdomen, and it actually throws those hairs off into the air. Now you notice I'm not wearing gloves, so you will not see me put my hands into this dirt, soil, cocoa fiber, whatever you happen to have your spider on. This is on cocoa. So a lot of people will make the mistake where you put your hands into the soil, and all it does is it drives those urticating hairs right into your fingers. So you will not see me using my hands to get up any of this old soil, and I'm actually going to do a video on how to clean your old tanks out, because they're full of urticating hairs, and you really don't want, especially from a Mexican Fireleg, you do not want those on your fingers. So what we're going to do is we've got our old hide moved over, and you notice I'm touching that as minimal amount as possible too. We're going to add a little bit more coverage to the top of it just to make it look pretty. The new enclosure is looking amazing. It's probably a better size for her anyway. She was a little bit bigger than I thought she was when I originally got her, so I thought this small Zilla terrestrial enclosure would have been fine, but she's a little bit big for it, and she obviously wants to dig. So we've got her set up. She's got about 3 to 4 inches of substrate. If she wants to go down and dig further now, she can go as far down as she wants. And we've got her little water dish set up, and I gotta say, her new enclosure looks great. So we're gonna get her moved over here. Now this is gonna be we want to do this nice and easy. We're going to use, I got my little red cup here, and I accidentally almost put some water on her right there because I grabbed the wrong cup. And this is the cup I am using for that. So sorry, girl, maybe a small little bath after we sprinkle the dirt on you. All I do is put the cup right here over the top, and we're gonna. Okay, so we're about ready to get started. We're gonna move her from this enclosure over to her new enclosure. First things first is you notice I'm using the paintbrush to move the soil around so I can get a little bit of it moved away from her. I am not putting my hands in that soil as I've stated before because I do not want those urticating hairs digging into my fingers. What you will notice is a lot of people will take the paintbrushes and they just start pushing the spiders, and whenever you do that, it kind of makes them just hunker down in place like this. See how she's not moving at all for you. So what you'll notice is if you come in and you just barely just kind of just you'll have a way better result, and you can see how she's already starting to walk just nice and gentle instead of just pushing on her like I did at first. If you just come and barely touch her legs, that's what gets them to walk, and she'll walk right into the cup for you every time. So don't push her, just barely touch her legs, and she'll come right out of the cup, or she'll walk right into the cup for you, and we can move her over into her new enclosure. So we've got her in here. Look how much more space she's got. We're going to put her water bowl over here in the corner, and she's got so much more space. This is such a better looking enclosure, and I think she's going to be extremely happy in here, and actually she she is. So she's dug herself about 3 inches down, and no more running into the bottom. But you can see her. She's absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait till she molts a few more times and her legs really get that color in there. But you can see she's been eating well, and do a couple little flybys here of her in her new house. Focus. There we go. But it looks absolutely fantastic in here. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me while I was rehousing my Mexican fire leg. I appreciate it. I'll see all you guys next time. I'll leave you with one more final shot of her from end to end of her enclosure. I'll see you guys next time.